find any,
You
ready?
Yeah.
All right, it's 6 o'clock and I'll call the meeting to order, and Darcy, if you call the roll, please.
Moore, Mar, Moody,
Yes.
Ingstrom,
Yes.
Engelhardt.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Item 2 is pledge allegiance. Everybody please stand. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to tell you, when I was online from the meeting, I tell you, I was doing it.
Thank you very much. Very good. All right, item 3 then, perfecting and approval of the agenda. Is there a motion for that, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those say no, carry. Okay, item 4 then is public hearing budget for the budget FY 24-25. So it's a resolution number 1429-24A, resolution adopting the annual budget for 24-25. I'll go ahead and call the public hearing to order. Comments? Did we get anything over
No
any
written,
connection with the public at all?
no written or oral
Okay.
objections, no.
All right. We'll wait just a little bit.
So we have 2 of these, 24 and 25.
Yeah, I had a typo the mayor caught.
Okay.
He should have checked my work before I sent my packet out.
Oh,
A typo in the year and the,
okay.
Yeah, that's
Year
nothing.
ending,
It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
all good.
I don't want to. Right here.
it was in the year ending.
Oh, gotcha.
Should be 25, not 24.
I was looking all over.
Well, isn't that grounds for dismissal if you're gonna screw up the date like that?
Why, yeah. It's good they got corrected because we don't want to go through this again.
Uh-huh.
I'll give them till 5 after. Is that good?
What's that debt service? What's it?
That would be our general obligation debt. The 400,000 we borrowed for the Hardin subdivision,
Okay.
and then we had $1 million for Post Street.
Okay.
Those are your general obligation, and we levy that debt.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, so any questions? Let's get after them. And since we're kind of waiting anyway, I've had a few people, and they're getting more all the time about this land that we bought. You know, it's older folks looking for a place to go. You know, so and I know that we've got, we're in the process, we're working at it, but I think that it's something that we need to keep pushing along because we got folks I know that would, build or condos, something, that we can give them a place to stay. So, yeah.
The flack I've gotten is why didn't we buy nursing home instead of the property?
We didn't have an opportunity.
Well, did we even check into it?
How this went? They started that thing at 1.6 million.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Well, we ain't buying nothing for 1.6
No,
million. And if
exactly.
Good Sam's listening, they need to hear me. So as it went down and it went down and it went down, And when we heard that it got sold, and we heard it got sold for 300,000.
Not even that, was it?
No. So that's what I mean, Becky. We didn't have the opportunity to go in there.
Yeah, because I remember when Nathan Trappy at Allen Real Estate, they had it, what was it, 1.3 million or whatever it was. He said, take a zero if I might be interested.
Right.
And they probably didn't even approach him
No,
either.
no. Nobody got approached.
I
So
think
when
that might
we,
have been a deal all way ahead of time, perhaps.
who knows? Who knows? I mean, but then you have to understand the stipulations that went with this building.
Oh, I
That
know.
that was the thing that just turned a lot of people on. You know, that you couldn't do the things that you really wanted to do. You know, so
That we needed. in the
Exactly.
community,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
So many people moved here because they wanted to have a place to go in their
right.
golden years or whatever.
Hey, doctor,
Have a candy bars back there?
No.
Buy? No?
is there anything on the
Um,
That's all right.
There's some on the counter.
I cleaned these out.
Okay. Okay, so
are you ready to close the hearing?
yeah, so Larry, we're in the public hearing part of the budget, and nobody has said anything. We didn't receive anything in the mail or correspondence. So I was gonna run it till about 5 after, and it's a little after that yet. So I mean, I'm gonna I can call the meeting closed.
No, I need the resolution.
Yes, now we need a motion for the resolution.
I move that we approve resolution 1429-24.
Right, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Right, Mary. All right, Darcy, whenever you're ready.
Moore,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Ingstrom,
Yes.
Engelhardt.
Yes.
All right, yes, thank you. That's always a big thing to get done. Okay, then item 5 is the public hearing on the land swap with Monroe's, and that's resolution number 1432-24A. Resolution approving the purchase agreement. So,
It's kind of a no-brainer, I think, just walk part of it.
so I'll go ahead and call the public hearing to order.
You guys talked about quite a few.
Yes,
Last fall.
yeah, this is a step type thing, Crystal.
Oh, no,
that-
I-
Yeah,
I'm just like picturing the land, because I know, like, I'm picturing it in my head. It's over by the,
Third round.
Co-op.
Trade a sliver for a sliver.
making sure my memory works.
yep, it's working. It's good. Any other comments on that?
Just to, it's very minor, just to kind of correct how you said it, I think based on how it's typed.
Okay.
I thought it was also resolution number 14,
Oh,
29,
A goes
24,
with
A,
A
it's
resolution,
a
yeah.
resolution.
there
So
you go.
take
Well,
the A off the,
She got that.
Okay.
right.
just
Yeah.
It is.
don't want it to come back.
I know.
Thank you, yeah.
I thought, well, I don't see the A on anything
No.
else,
No,
so.
that's exactly how I said it, yeah.
Just waiting for a motion.
Well, I was gonna give just in case, but
Okay.
I think I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. And now, yeah, Becky, if we need a,
Okay, I move that we accept resolution number 1432-24.
all right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, whenever you're ready, there's it.
Moore,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Ingstrom,
Yes.
Engelhardt.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Item 6 then is fire commission budget and fire department CDs. Okay, the reason that's on there,
Is there supposed to be a budget? Or just,
it's just, I think that was just wording,
is that all?
but yeah.
The one you gave us tonight.
The mayor's checking my work again. I'm having a bad week.
Just wanted to make sure.
You're hard on
What
paper.
piece of paper are we on? This here thing with the CDs?
Yes. And Larry, you can maybe, you wanna tell us what, what this is about. Tell the rest of the folks, you've had our commission meeting.
Is that tonight too?
No, that was last week, and
Last
then,
week, yeah.
and they went ahead and purchased,
They purchased a Dodge, a 23 model Dodge that is not from an, they got this one, I think it's, it's not, it's new, it's not used, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like a 23 leftover. It has everything they need on it, but it's not from the fire company building trucks, okay? But it looks like it's from the fire company trucks. They got quite a good buy on it. I think it was a couple $100,000 difference.
oh yeah, 229 was the
Yeah,
total.
$250,000 difference. It should do everything that they need done. So basically, they're getting rid of two trucks and replacing it with this one truck. And this one truck is like I don't know, like a 350, So it doesn't require a CDL to operate it.
Oh,
The other, so that helps.
more people can drive.
More
it.
people can drive it, so, and some of the stuff that's on the two older trucks will be moved to, to this truck.
Cool.
But, somebody did the legwork on that. I got a copy, one of the firemen did the legwork on that to find this truck. Who was that?
Policy.
Yeah, Kevin Paulus did the
Kevin.
legwork on this to find this truck. So it wasn't the dream truck of the chief and the son, but it was a lot cheaper.
Oh, it seems like a no-brainer,
And I think they're happy, they're okay with it too.
Yeah.
It's just a matter, you had to get out and do the legwork, so they need to be complimented for the getting out, doing the work
saving
to
money.
find this other truck. It happens to be in, I think it was in Canada, but it's gonna end up in New York. It's a Dodge, so it's not, and it's, I can't remember if it's a diesel or not.
It's a gas.
It's a gas
Yeah.
truck, so there you
Yep.
got less headaches if you do have a breakdown. So they did a good job. They were good stewards of their money.
Absolutely.
And they do have it already?
No,
When does
No.
it come?
don't know yet.
We've approved, I think the Frontier Fire Commission approved the purchase.
Yes, yes.
You have to go on the steps. You have to go through steps.
Well, yeah, I think the next thing is to see that we have money to pay for it, I mean, I think they do between them and the city and the rural.
Yes.
I think then the firemen were gonna pay probably half of this thing. I think, right, Dennis?
Yeah, I can't remember, Larry. It's,
100,000
yeah.
plus, okay?
Well, you can see what the city's got to throw in on it, and then, rural. I'm not sure how much but yeah, they'd throw some money in, yeah.
Yeah, so we got, looks to me like we have 64,000. Does that get zero then?
That's why you have your budget amendment, which I just amended, just so you know, we just amended.
Yeah, this is, yeah,
So
yeah.
we're turning around and amending again to
Yeah.
cash out these CDs.
Yeah.
Okay. We have to cash them out. Okay.
I suppose you could always argue, the flip side, you could argue that why don't you just stay with the old stuff? That I can't answer that.
Yeah.
At what point do you have to deal with obsolescence? Right, they gave us a tour of the fire station, and unless you've gotten them to explain, when they explain everything involved with being a fireman, you realize this is a complex deal with all the hookups and then the hookups and the pressures and the switches and all that stuff, right? You just don't walk, you can appreciate the training that they have to go through to work as a team and make this work. So,
And that's just to understand how to run the truck.
what's that?
That's just understanding how to run the truck. Then there's all the other things about fighting the fire.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly,
We're just
yeah,
talking about
what did we get ourselves
water,
into?
right,
type
Water and
thing,
the
yeah.
hoses and all that,
Yeah.
let alone being
And the runoff
Your
and the
suit and
protection.
mask and your oxygen, all that jazz, man. It's just,
More than you can imagine.
It's a commitment.
Glad we got folks that want to do that. So,
Yeah.
and I just had great appreciation for their efforts.
Okay,
Is this recorded?
Yep, they're on
Yeah.
YouTube.
I see. It's okay.
Yeah.
So is this the only budget money that the fire department goes through the city on?
Right, yep, so we give them a donation twice
A
a year,
donation.
remember, in April
Mhm.
and October is when we write a check. And I think it was 32.5, and that'll be the same this next budget year. But because they're asking us to cash the CDs out, we have to have that expense to write the check. We
Yeah.
don't have that in our budget. So that's why we're turning around and amending again to put that expense in there to be able to cash the CDs to write the check before June.
And who holds the CDs?
We do.
Oh,
Yeah,
we-
yeah,
City,
they're
it's under
over.
the the city,
Yeah.
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 Okay.
They're earmarked for fire equipment.
So in the discussion, so now we get to start over, putting 10,000 what per what away.
I have no idea. That would be up to the city council.
No, we have a history. How do we get these? These are $10,000 chunks.
Right, that
Right.
was our agreement with the rural
Right.
before we separated, yeah.
Okay. So now I would expect at some point they're gonna want a new pumper.
Oh,
or
yeah.
a new
Oh, yeah.
Whatever,
You bet.
you know,
Yes,
so,
yes.
it's never ending, and I'm not criticizing that. It's just like, say you have obsolescence that happens, and, so I think we have to continue to budget 10,000 a year. 10,000, yeah.
Yeah, right.
You know, Darcy, tell us.
I
what
do-
it's- I mean,
We've done 10,000 a year, except this past year we did not because you went to separation. You
Sure.
wrote them a check as a donation, so we haven't put anything away.
No,
that's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
we just need to understand history
Yeah.
and why we had a year of not. You know, this is just starting new,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
and,
because they just now separated just recently. so-
Right,
Yep.
yeah, this is our first year of
Mhm.
separation, so we didn't put any money away because it's a new agreement. So I don't know if the commission will put money away.
the Frontier Fire Commission.
I mean, would it be on the commission then? That would be my question. I mean, are they the ones putting the money aside then into CDs?
5,000. He's gonna run off with it, he says.
Is there something I don't know about?
no, that's just, no, it's all,
Fireman talk.
it's all,
That's
yeah,
just-
yeah,
He's
we're,
kind enough to
we're live, Larry.
volunteer his time. He's a good accountant, and
Yep.
Bill Harris is doing an excellent job paying the bills, and
Oh, he's doing the financial.
he's doing the basically the accounting for this
Oh, good.
Frontier Fire Commission, and does a great job.
He does, they all do. I mean, it's just taking a group effort, you know, once you start out something new and you've always got some hiccups, you got always these things, you know, so everybody's working through this, you
The
know.
commission is talking about ways to have fun, to do some fundraisers with the fire department, with, I don't know. Is that gonna include the city council working too?
What?
I know, I can't remember, Dennis. I'm
Well,
gonna get her Dennis.
it could be. I mean, I said, I got Ragbri on the schedule for every year, so. These guys
Just in
say,
case.
these guys said, no. So
No.
that's a joke. That's a joke too.
The spirit of the thing is that the firemen and the fire commission probably has to promote the firemen and the city having events that bring our fire department to the forefront, you know, so that the community knows how complex it is, how much we value them. You know, you always got to get your brand in front of people,
Yep.
or they forget, they just take it for granted that it's always going to be
You know,
there.
they do it at open house every year, and I always kick in some money, and a lot of people do. you
Yeah.
know, So that's
Yeah.
one of the fundraisers I do.
Talking about doing the beer tent at Greenland, or during the
There.
fair,
Fairs,
and that's your biggest chance for having raffles and things like that at the
When
fair.
there's a lot of people.
Because you
around.
draw people. What's that? There you go, yeah. So, you know, the commission is thinking about things to do for fundraising, but that the Postville Days and the fair, that's the biggest opportunity
Oh,
to
yeah, a
gather
lot more people around.
people and having things like half the hog, or not a gun raffle, you know?
Yeah, you don't
Not
want
gun
that.
raffles, things that people use, be it, you know, a refrigerator freezer, or a Blackstone grill, you know, grills or meat bundles or something
Something that
like
people
that,
need,
and have multiple opportunities to win. And
yeah. Makes sense.
People gotta eat, they're gonna eat.
Is the fire and rescue all one or are they separate?
They're separate.
Is the what?
The fire and the rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah, ambulance.
Ambulance, they're separate. Yeah.
Go up together though.
That's right.
See, I think they're doing a golf tournament in August, September.
Yes.
That's a joint effort between the two.
I
Yeah.
think it's,
Yeah.
oh, I thought it was just, oh, it's Postville EMS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes to the EMS and fire,
Right.
That would
not the
be,
golf outing.
It has been. Yeah.
I just seen it as Postville EMS.
Okay.
Don't know.
Not my thought.
So we really can't control if they set $10,000 aside because it's their money. I
Correct.
mean, it'd be a good idea if they did.
Yeah.
You're talking about
So-
the,
All we
Commission.
can control is if we put 10,000 into a CD every year, like we used to do.
I'm trying to think of the mechanics of it. The city gives the fire frontier for the fire department. Who gets it?
We do.
The commission.
The
Commission.
commission gets their,
Yeah.
the same amount
The
of money.
commission is the governing body.
Right,
The city council is not anymore.
right. So the city comes through at their end and gives the commission their approximate, what was the budget before?
32.5, and that's what it is for this next year.
32.5.
Yeah.
And then out of that 32.5, obligation to decide if there's gonna be $10,000 put in the CD.
That's right, yeah.
The way it was before, it was at 32.5, and the city put away another 10,000 for a CD.
No?
That 32.5 was part of,
the
that
town-
you understand, that 32.5 was part of our ongoing CD,
No.
building up reserve.
All right.
So this is just
Yeah,
discussion,
so that was
Okay.
just, so you knew why you needed to set your public hearing, which was your next
Yeah.
item.
which is the next item, number
And then
7.
we'll go again if I'll.
Yeah, so the number 7 is set public hearing to amend the budget of 23-24. And that's for May 13th.
Our next meeting.
So we need a motion on that, please.
I'm sorry.
I will motion to set the public hearing to amend the 23-24 budget for May 13th.
All right, second? All right. I just read it.
Yep.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those say no. All right, that's carried. And item 8 is set public hearing for application with USDA for public comments on K9 vehicle purchase with equipment. That's also May 13th. Darcy, you want to explain that a little bit?
Yep, so I have submitted our application to the USDA for the police vehicle and canine equipment. And they reviewed our application and came back and said that we do qualify to apply. Part of those requirements require you to have a public comment time on applying for that funding. And so I'm asking you to set that for your next regular scheduled meeting. There will be a notice in the paper about the public hearing, which will need proof of publication that you did your public comment time.
Remember that, Darcy. But you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to move, I'll move
Yeah,
that we do have a
motion.
public hearing next
All right.
meeting on the 13th of May.
Is that above and beyond what we're gonna get a vehicle and all this that we've been pricing and looking at? Is this a different vehicle?
No, this is part of paying for that.
Part of
vehicle.
paying for that vehicle?
Yeah.
How much do we get?
Originally I asked for, originally it was 75%, I want to say, of the project amount. Let me see, originally I asked for, yeah, I asked for about 84,000, and then they came back and said the best that they would be able to do would be 55% of the project because of funding. So I think so then that dropped it to about 40, I want to say 42 or 48,000. So
Well,
yeah, we'll see
Well,
what we get, but
maybe
there's a lot of steps we have to go through, and that's why I haven't let you sign the contract for the equipment
Oh.
and car purchase yet, because we need to go through these steps so that we don't lose out on this funding with
Right.
this.
And there's no problem, with the car dealership.
No, I
I mean,
talked
they're,
with
they're
them,
fine with
yeah.
that, so we're good to go yet, so, yeah.
What was the total cost of the vehicle?
65,000.
Okay, I thought it was 70, but whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, and this will pay for 75% of it.
Well, no, we
50.
also included the
But
cage.
we're outfitting it too, Larry.
So it's closer to 80.
Oh, God, yeah.
88,400 is the total you're
Yeah.
going to be spending on the equipment and the K9.
Okay, so it would be 75% of 88 or 90.
Well, 55%. They originally we qualified for 75, but they don't have the money, so they knocked it down to 55%.
Okay.
So we pay
So-
55% of 80. They'll pay 55%.
Yeah.
They'll
of
pay
the 88.
55% of 88.4.
Yep.
If we get awarded. So
So we gotta, we need a second.
yeah, we need.
I'll
to-
second.
All right. Any further discussion? Not all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no. Carried.
Maybe,
So-
like when that all takes place, if, when they decide if you're gonna get the money, like when?
We would know by June is when it's due.
And
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
we have a dog?
We have not gotten the dog. You approved the purchase of a
Right,
dog.
right.
However, the canine officer does not want to take on a dog until Xena is
Oh.
no longer. And so
She
she's
didn't
been in a downhill climb, I guess,
Oh.
so she's waiting.
Okay.
Can I put to sleep? Or go to sleep?
Goes to sleep.
She just doesn't want
Right.
the, puppy.
Well, you
or-
can have it.
All right, anything else to talk about? Otherwise, motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
My second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Don't say no. Carried. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Darcy, for finding that. How'd you get onto this USDA grant?
Geez, good.
We had heard